All right, studio cameras on and recording, looking good. Now you can watch me drink water. Sure is exciting, isn't it? Okay. All right, and here we go with the live program. In three, two, not quite ready yet. You know what, friends? I goofed up there. I forgot to put in my opening sounder. Can't believe it. I forgot to put in the Las Vegas intro. I never go without that. Well, very rarely. Okay, coming up on today's show is the name of the file, and it begins in three, two, one. Coming up on this edition of No Dress Code. Orville, well, it ain't no Wilbur. J.J. Abrams to rehash old Star Wars movies for Episode 9. And Harrison Ford, traffic director. Details on these stories plus a whole lot more await you on today's edition of No Dress Code for Tuesday, September 12th, 2017. And a pleasant Tuesday morning, my friends. Welcome to the second edition of No Dress Code. Again, it is Tuesday, September 12th, 2017, and a little bit of a late start this morning. Had some technical issues behind the scenes. I knew I should have rebooted my computers after yesterday's show. It's something I normally try to do every so often. Kind of a superstition, and also, well, it's kind of practical to purge the RAM. But for whatever reason, all my computers seem to be conspiring against each other. I haven't tried my old Acer here. I reformatted it last week and haven't reprogrammed it yet. But my Macintosh froze up like a Windows computer. My old Dell laptop, the graphics card, decided, you know what, I'm going to shut down all your folders right now. All the folders that you got open for your broadcast, I'm going to shut them down right now. Turn on my Google Chromebook. Normally it's pretty reliable. Well, for whatever reason, the clock was froze at 10:13 this morning. I haven't used it for a couple of days, and I hardly use it because, frankly, I was disappointed with the machine. I mean, I wasn't expecting a lot when I got the Google Chrome, but I've had e-book readers that were more exciting than this machine. Now, that's not to say it's not great for jumping on the internet and finding something really quick. But if the clock isn't working, it makes me think either the operating system is screwed up or something internally has gone wrong, like the atomic battery has fried, which I hope doesn't happen. I worked with a computer like that once in college, and boy, that was a nightmare. It was for a radio TV production class, and the school spent a lot of money on this machine, but for whatever reason, the battery in that computer it ruptured or something, and when the computer doesn't have an atomic battery in it, it doesn't know a second from a millennium. It was doing all kinds of weird things, but anyway, that was a long time ago. Well, welcome to the program where we talk about anything and everything. And last night, after supper, I decided, well, I want to watch a little TV. I had a little bit of free time and hadn't done that for quite a while. And I was kind of like, well, I want to take a break from Fargo for at least a couple of hours. I'm nearly done with the second season last night. I finished it late last night, but I thought I'm in the mood for something a little more different. Anyway, I was searching through Hulu and I saw, the new Fox show, Orville, debuted on Sunday. Now, for some reason, I had it in my head that it was coming out later this month. But anyway, I thought, okay, great. Pilot episode is here. I'm going to watch it. And I liked the opening sequence. It was pretty nice. It was kind of what I expected from Seth MacFarlane. It was pretty mild. But the jokes, after about 10 to 15 minutes, kind of like, okay, that was predictable. That was predictable. That was predictable. And it just got progressively worse and worse. Now, it's not to say I guess part of it in my mind, I was expecting something a little more whimsical, but these were more like parting shots, kind of leftover jokes that maybe the folks at Mystery Science Theater 3000 would use for uh, movie spoofs and stuff. Now there were some funny moments in the show, but overall, I think the trailer kind of led me astray, as did a lot of critics. And I just, by the end of it, I was kind of like, I can't wait till this program's over. Boy, I really can't wait till this program's over. I was bored. I don't know if that was because I overindulged myself at La Fuente restaurant last night. Great meal, by the way. Wow, I'm still full from that. I'm still full from that meal. And that was 16 hours ago. But, man, Orville, it just... I guess in my mind, I was expecting something more along the lines of Family Guy, because Seth MacFarlane's known for that. And it's still weird, even though I know this guy's been around longer than that show, obviously, because he created it. But whenever I hear Seth MacFarlane speak, I always picture Brian, the dog in the show from Family Guy, because that's his normal voice. But if you've not seen it yet, I hope I didn't spoil it for you. But frankly, you're really not missing out on much. I mean, there were some good moments in it, but for the most part, if I never see the show again, it'll be too soon. But anyway, that's kind of the gist of what's been going on in my life since we spoke yesterday. Other than that, finished watching the second season of Fargo, and really enjoyed it. The last couple of episodes, wow, what a bloodbath! That show, it gets pretty intense. I mean, it's not for the faint of heart, but nevertheless, overall pretty historically accurate in this season. They went back to 1979, and the attention to detail, very well done. So I'm looking forward to watching the third season as it becomes available. Well, let's see. Let's get on with the program for today, and coming up in just a little bit, I'll bring you the latest in entertainment news. But right now, let's find out what's going on in the world of news briefly from the CBS Radio Network. You, my friend, are listening to No Dress Code for Tuesday, September 12th, 2017. I don't remember this ad. No. What a doofus. Well, welcome back to the No Dress Code program for Tuesday, September 12th, 2017. Host Joe Haffner with you in the studios, and it's time for entertainment news. And and there you have it, my friends. There's the opening to entertainment news for today. And according to sources, Trevorrow exited the project known as Star Wars Episode 9 after issues with the script persisted throughout development, with the director taking multiple stabs at different drafts. Eventually, he and Lucasfilm head Kathleen Kennedy's working relationship had become unmanageable. Therefore, J.J. Abrams is returning to a galaxy far, far away. The Force Awakens director will step into the director's seat to direct Star Wars Episode 9 after the exit of former director Colin Trevorrow. Jack Thorne, the British scribe who wrote the upcoming Julia Roberts Jacob Tremblay movie Wonder, was tapped to work on the script for the movie, which is the supposed end of the Skywalker saga. Well, in their September 5th statement, Lucasfilm and Disney said that both Lucasfilm and Trevorrow have mutually chosen to part ways on Episode 9. Colin has been a wonderful collaborator, yada, yada, yada. Well, this move marks the third time a director has been replaced on a Star Wars project. Phil Lord and Chris Miller were taken off the Han Solo standalone project with only a few weeks left in production, and later replaced by Ron Howard. Gareth Edwards handled all of the principal photography on last year's Rogue One, but the movie's extensive reshoots were helmed by seasoned director Tony Gilroy. Episode 9, by the way, is set to hit theaters May 24th, 2019, which happens to be the, if I'm not mistaken, doing the math real quick, 42nd anniversary of the debut of the original film. Well, in the Star Wars family, when you're a guy who prefers to get around in aircraft, in the movies and in real life, weathering the nightmare that is New York City traffic has got to be a bit of a letdown. But when you're also a guy who's one of our greatest action heroes of the past 50 years, you're also not going to sit back and wait for cars to back up in the Midtown Tunnel. So, actor Harrison Ford, who of course is totally that guy, took matters in his own hands yesterday and got out to direct traffic in part of New York City. According to TMZ, Ford's Mercedes, boy, that could get confusing, was trapped between cars after a pileup in the Queens Midtown Tunnel, and he just wasn't interested in waiting around. Well, video shot by a nearby observer showed the actor, wearing a very nice suit by the way, a blue shirt and sunglasses, out on the street, waving cars around, showing them where to go. Now, afterward, according to the Daily Mail, he headed over to the Carlisle Hotel. Now, we've been in the tunnel traffic, and traditionally there ain't nowhere you can go, but perhaps this is the magic of Hollywood. So, Harrison Ford directing traffic, and I'm watching a video clip of it on my screen right now, and it's quite amusing to watch. He's doing a pretty good job. You know, he needs to get out and do that more often in some other cities. Well, finally, in entertainment news today, a documentary about the life of renowned guitarist Eric Clapton does not attempt to whitewash over the darker side of the hard-drinking musician's life, even though it is directed by his longtime friend and filmmaker, Lily Finney Zanuck. Zanuck, who has known Clapton for 25 years, directed Eric Clapton, Life in 12 Bars, following the life of the 72-year-old British rock guitarist, all the way from his childhood to international stardom, through his struggle with drugs and alcohol, as well as the 1991 death of his 4-year-old son. And Clapton told reporters yesterday at the Toronto International Film Festival, where the film made its debut, that to, quote, watch myself going through that was not easy, unquote. Right up until the time I stopped drinking, everything I said was complete blather, he added, to the laughter from the audience. But in his autobiography from 10 years ago, Clapton described a 20-year drug and alcohol addiction that he said saw him spending about $16,000 a week on heroin in the 1970s. The death of his son Connor in a fall from a New York high-rise was the trigger to sobriety. The musician, who is also a producer on the film, spoke about his struggles with having his life documented on screen and doing interviews with Zanuck in a film that does not shy away from examining his faults. So, looking forward to seeing that. It's expected to be released in North American theaters later this year and air on premium cable channel Showtime in February 2018. And that, my friends, concludes entertainment news for today. Well, let's see. We've already taken care of what's in the news. I'll have the CBS World News Roundup in a little while. Also have the Composer's Date Book, the Writer's Almanac with Garrison Keeler. Right now, though, what do you say we take care of market news on this Tuesday, almost said Monday. And with that, we switch it over to National Public Radio. 22 minutes after 11 o'clock, in the only time zone that matters to you and me, this is No Dress Code. He said ho. 11:32 on a Tuesday morning. You're listening to No Dress Code. Yours truly, Joe Haffner, here at the controls. And I'm going to have some news for you in a little bit, along with the Composer's Date Book, Writer's Almanac with Garrison Keeler, and Today in History just around the corner. Right now, though, here's some things you need to know as we proceed on this Tuesday together, in case you hadn't heard yet. Jennifer Hudson turns 36 today and is the newest judge on The Voice. Also, Ruben Studdard, the American Idol winner from 2003, turns 39 today. Country singer Brian Austin turns the big 50. He considered going with Brian Amarillo for a while, but instead went with Austin. And Louis C.K., easy for me to say, turns 50 today as well. Rachel Ward turns 60 today. Nina Blackwood turns 62. You remember her? She was one of the original MTV VJs, the one with the gravelly voice. I mean, she sounded like she actually ate gravel. Did you ever hear her? Oh, it's horrible to listen to her voice now on XM radio. Now it's in digital sound. And singer Maria Mulder, Midnight at the Oasis, turns 74. These days, her camel stays up later than she does. And finally, Linda Gray. She played Sue Ellen in the old TV series Dallas, turns 77. How's she doing these days? Well, Linda Gray. Get it? Linda Gray. You know, she did all the things the Housewives of Dallas did before reality TV came along. And don't forget, today is National Chocolate Milkshake Day. Time to play Milkshake Suck Off. Well, I think I'll pass on that. Anyway, those are some things you need to know for today in terms of celebrity birthdays. It's time for Today in History, my friends. The CBS World News Roundup is just a few seconds away from now. In the meantime, you're listening to No Dress Code for Tuesday, September 12th, 2017, something I just can't seem to say enough of. Well, I told you on yesterday's program that Don Ohlmeyer, the NBC exec who earned fame from coining the phrase must see TV and firing Norm Macdonald from Saturday Night Live for telling O.J. Simpson jokes, died Sunday at the age of 72. Also told you yesterday a little bit about Miss North Dakota Kara Munn was crowned the new Miss America Sunday night. Actually, I believe CBS Radio News did that. What I haven't told you, though, is Nordstrom is continuing to open traditional stores, like one in Toronto this Friday. They're also experimenting with concept stores, which are much smaller, and where you can get manicures, have your clothes altered, or even try on new designs. But the clothes would not be carried in store. They'll be delivered later. Well, if that isn't posh. It's time for the CBS World News Roundup. Excuse me. Oh, I forgot Kleenex. Do do do. Whoops, caught me napping, didn't ya? Welcome back to No Dress Code for this Tuesday, 7 minutes away from 12 o'clock noon. And coming up in just a moment, I'll have more market information, this time marketplace tech news around the corner. A new survey found that 47% of women, that's right, a new survey finds that 47% of women say they struggle with picking out what to wear most work days. The other 53%, I believe, are lying. Also, a recent survey says that the best time to interview for a job is between 9 to 11 a.m. So if it's between 9 and 11 a.m. where you are or when you are, now's a good time to do that job interview. 63% of people who like to vacation in the winter said the boss calling would absolutely ruin their vacation. 63%. The other 27%, well, they couldn't be reached. Or it would be 37%. I'm lousy at math. It's 37%. 47% of men have accidentally said, I love you, with a new girlfriend. 47%. It's twice as likely that you'll complain in the afternoon at work than it is in the morning. And finally, women pride themselves in the unique skill of having a sixth sense. Having a sixth sense. Does that mean they can get through that movie without going, oh, I didn't see that coming? It's an old reference, my friends. Anyway, those are some things you should know or need to know for this Tuesday, the 12th day of September, 2017. And I just deleted market news. So let me go back and find it real quickly. And while I'm looking for that, I'll play for you this. As I Heard It with Mike Rowe comes up in just a little bit on this edition of No Dress Code, the podcast within the podcast. And right now, though, what do you say we switched over to some music and play some classic rock and roll? Yesterday we featured pop and country, so today I've chosen some classic rock and roll in the form of Bob Seger before the Silver Bullet Band. This was recorded, I believe, originally in 1974, 1975, thereabouts. Here is Beautiful Loser, the studio version.
Bob Seger minus the Silver Bullet Band. And incidentally, he'll be in my neck of the woods next month, starting in Kansas City, I believe on October 10th. No, that's not right. He'll be in Des Moines on October 11th. That's the show I'm going to. But he'll be in St. Louis and Kansas City later that week, if I am not mistaken. Beautiful Loser. Track rarely heard but on the radio, but you'll hear it on this program from time to time. In the What the What files, last Friday, of course, leading into Hurricane Irma, Florida State University made an announcement that any citizen of Tallahassee was welcome to park their vehicle in the university parking garages for safekeeping until the monster storm had passed. Well, apparently, the Napleton Infiniti dealership pounced on the opportunity and basically took over the entire St. Augustine St. Garage area with their inventory. As you can imagine, this was not a good PR move, and due to their selfish act, the Tallahassee community retaliated by giving the company one-star reviews on Facebook, Google, and Yelp. It got so bad that Napleton Infiniti finally was forced to remove their review feature from the Facebook page, completely preventing people from leaving reviews or viewing old ones. For their part, Napleton Infiniti clarified that they had permission from the university to park their cars in the garage due to the business relationship, but the public continued to rain down fire on the company for the act. Here's Mike Rowe on No Dress Code.
Amazing story, isn't it? Mike Rowe on this edition of No Dress Code. 21 minutes after 12 o'clock here in the Central Daylight Time Zone. The only time zone that matters to you and me. And boy, if you've been watching the studio cam, you've probably seen me drifting in and out, falling asleep and whatnot. Oh boy, 2 days of little to no sleep, starting to catch up with me. But I will make it through. I will make it through this program. I promise you that, whether you like it or not. Have some new music coming your way in just a little bit. Right now, though, let's play the Osgood file. Welcome back to No Dress Code for Tuesday, September 12th, 2017. Coming up on 12:30, and in just a little bit, play some new music for you. Right now, though, what do you say we take care of today's top 5 list as I try to find the appropriate music for the program, and then we'll be good to go. So today's top 5 list, and the theme, by the way, are the top 5 signs that you have a lousy football coach, okay? Top 5 signs that you have a lousy football coach. Okay, found the appropriate theme. Now let me find my drummer, and we'll be good to go. Alright, that goes there. So here we go, my friends. Time for today's top 5 list. Alright, where's the music? There's the music, so let's hit it. Top 5 signs that you have a lousy football coach. Number 5, he keeps asking, I forget, is it 10 or 11 players? Number 4, owner is paid for a hitman on him. Number 3, he used to be assistant coach for Lupinella. Number 2, several times a game he accidentally puts in cheerleaders instead of players. And the number 1 sign that you have a lousy football coach, his nickname is O for season. O for season. There you get it. Anyway, there's today's top 5 list. Now, let's play some new music. This is a group called Florida Georgia Line. Came out a few years ago, and this is one of their latest releases. The tune is called Smooth. And you're going to hear it right now on this edition of No Dress Code. Music of Florida Georgia Line and Smooth, and I just pulled a smooth one right before I turned my microphone on and fell off my stand. I don't know if you caught it on camera or not. I'm sure it did. Boy, this has been the comedy of errors behind the scenes today. Between the computers crapping out before I went on, and and then me nodding off, falling asleep a couple of times during my own show. It's real embarrassing, real embarrassing. But nevertheless, we got through it, didn't we? Not quite done yet, but we're almost there. What do you say we'll find some closing music, and then we'll skedaddle on out of here and try this again tomorrow. And let's see. I thought I had some closing music here handy, but can't seem to find the right theme, the theme that I wanted. So just give me a moment here. All right, let's try. I'll tell you what, we'll go with. How about we'll do this one? Okay. That's wrong hold music. Yeah, that's not exactly what I had in mind, but I think this might work. Well, let's try. Well, that's not it. I guess I'll just pull something at random here, and we'll go from there. Okay, how about that? Okay, I think this will be workable. Anyway, friends, that's going to wrap up for this edition of the No Dress Code, Tuesday, September 12th, 2017. As always, check out my website, joehaffnermedia.com. That's joehaffnermedia.com, where you can find links to old shows on there, as well as find out when the next episode of the program is on the air and what I might be talking about. Anyway, joehaffnermedia.com. Feel free to drop me an email anytime you wish at joehaffnermedia@gmail.com. You can express your likes, your dislikes about the show. Anyway, go to joehaffnermedia@gmail.com to send your email messages. joehaffnermedia joehaffnermedia.com to find out all the latest happenings, links to Facebook, Twitter, a whole lot more. Again, all at joehaffnermedia.com. My time is up. I thank you for yours. Again, I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock Central Daylight Time, the only time zone that matters to you and me. Until then, take care of yourself, and God bless you.